the $2 customer appreciation day play is an NBA play. I also have a secondary NBA play and a college basketball play. So three plays up for premium for the clients right now. So that's what's going on over at Wager Talk. Things are going really well, man. I think the number one in NBA the last 3 and 7 days, hitting over 61% over. I think it's like the last 35 days. So NBA has been treating me well right now.
Wonderful stuff, Ronald Kabang. Let's get to it. Celtics and Warriors, the total 233. Are we going over or under?
I'm actually looking at the under in this one. I think the total is going in the wrong direction. I believe it opened up at 231 and a half. I had a feeling the number was going to go up. But if you look at the Celtics team, they've been dominant all season long from a win-loss perspective, 20-5 on the season. They're on a 5-game winning streak, covering 4 of them. But this is the first road game off a 5-game homestand, though. So they're traveling pretty much cross country with a day of rest, and then they have a game tomorrow against the Kings, then close out the road trip with the Clippers and Lakers. So to me, this is a tough schedule spot for them, but at least all 4 road games are in California. There on the Warriors side, 12-14 on the season. They are on a 2-game winning streak, but this is the 12th straight game with travel. They've either been on the road or went home for a single game. And this is also the 3rd game in 4 nights, so another tough spot here for the home team. So both teams, tough travel spot, tough schedule spot. The good thing for the Warriors, though, is they don't have to play until Friday against the Wizards. So not much of a look ahead or anything like that. A couple of injury things to note. Porzingis, he looks to be a true game time decision. Luke Cornett is out. Draymond, he's going to be out for the next few weeks. And then Chris Paul, he's questionable with a non-COVID illness. But looking at the numbers for the Celtics team, especially on the road here from a spread perspective, I mean, they've been struggling, but a lot of it has to do with their offense on the road. If we look at them specifically, last 8 road games, 3-5 straight up, 1-7 and against the spread. They've gone under their team total in 7 of their last 8 road games, and that includes 2 overtime games as well. Both of those games that went to OT, they struggled to get over their number. The Warriors on their side, they've been extremely inconsistent lately, especially with a lot of the team chemistry and like morale issues. Some of these guys are visibly frustrated, and Kerr continues to change the lineup at different times of the game. Obviously they won 2 in a row, so maybe things are turning around for them. But they haven't performed well when the books have them as dogs. They've lost 9 straight as dogs and went under their team total in 7 of those games. To me, I think both teams struggle offensively today. Neither team plays at a fast pace. Both teams are in the top half of the league in defensive 3-point percentage. The Warriors are actually 7th best in 3-point defense. And the Celtics, they don't go to the line a ton. They don't send opponents to the line a ton either. If we look at home road splits as well, the Celtics average 11.5 points per game less on the road than they do at home. And the Warriors are the opposite. They average 5, almost 6 points per game less at home than they do on the road. So for me, a lot of things are telling me to take the under in this one.
So generally, when the Warriors don't have Draymond Green in the lineup, it affects, in my mind, them really on both sides of the court. The defense isn't as good, and the ball movement goes through Green, and without him, it's something that affects them both side and total, but you don't know necessarily which way to go with the total. And yet, for Golden State of late, with Green out, they're now 4-1 to the over without him. So that low post defense hasn't been there. And Boston's certainly a team that's capable of taking it to the rack. Do you worry at all that the Celtics are just going to pound the paint and Green's absence really gets felt on the defensive end of the floor tonight? Because that is my biggest concern about this under. I certainly agree with you in theory.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Especially, I think one thing to think about is the status of Porzingis. Obviously, he's going to be that dominant low post player, but he can also spread the floor as well. I think he's going to be a key person to worry about. That's the reason why I haven't touched this game personally yet, is because we don't know Porzingis' status. But to me, I think what I've seen historically, throughout the season, is on the road how much the Celtics have struggled, and they continue to do that. No matter who they're playing. The last 2 times they went from a home game to a road game, they went under their team total by 17 and 13 points. And then on the opposite side, you touched on Draymond and how he affects both sides of the ball. Obviously, they don't look as smooth offensively, and they've been giving up a little bit more points on the defensive side of the ball, which is why they've gone over. But if you combine that with the fact that the Celtics struggle on the road offensively, that's why that's what kind of pushed me towards the under. Is just that combination of struggling offensively with the Celtics, and then the offensive
Yeah.
struggles for the Warriors there.